you ever go to space?
Yeah.
Even if there was a chance that you wouldn't be able to come back?
I don't care.
I feel like space would work out really well for you.
Me too.
I feel like
I'd love to go right now. Because I'm not Big Sean's ex. I'm not Niall's possible new girl. I'm Ariana Grande, and if that's not interesting enough, don't talk to me.
Remember that? Trash. Life doesn't get better than this. I swear to God, if something changes, honest to God, knock me out.
Thank you, next.
Hi, I'm Gaby.
I'm Jenna.
And I'm Chaliece. And you're listening to Music Makes Me Lose Control.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back into Music Makes Me Lose Control, the pod where we discuss insight into the music industry, debunk pop myths, and dive deep into happening music and artists. Today, the topic is Ariana Grande. She has without a doubt become one of the biggest names in pop music, and her popularity has quickly risen in the last 5 years with the release of her last 4 albums, Dangerous Woman, Sweetener, Thank You Next, and Positions. So much so that she beat the 1964 Beatles record of having 3 songs in the top spots of the Billboard Hot 100 at one time. She's definitely a force to be reckoned with in the industry right now. Over the last 4 years of knowing each other, we have all lost control over Ariana Grande, but we all have different experiences and timelines for when she piqued our interest. So let's get into it. But first, I want to talk about our merch for today. Chaliece, would you like to start us off?
Of course. As you can see, 3435, one of her best. I don't know. I can't decide. But listen, this hat, I always feel like a bad bitch. I could say bitch, right? Doesn't matter. Bad bitch. I always feel like that when I'm wearing this hat. You already know 3435, my favorite from Positions. That's it.
Well, mine is a sweatshirt that says Positions with a little heart. Super cute. It's from Etsy. Love it. Super comfy. Color super cute. And yeah, that's it.
Well, my piece of merch is the song that got me inspired to look through Ariana's whole catalog again, revisit it. No Tears Left to Cry, Upside Down. I think it's so cool. It's like one of my favorite pieces of merch. I've worn it a lot. There's a lot of pilling, but I just ordered it from her website. And I just love this. It's simple. It's upside down. I just love it. Even though it's not that cool. It's just upside down, but I just like it cool. A lot.
Yeah, it's cool. It's definitely
I like it.
Vibes.
Let's talk about how we all got into Ariana Grande. My start with her was not great, personally, but I want to hear about yours.
Okay, so I think, obviously, we all know Ari from, like, Victorious, right? Seen it. But I remember with my sister, we listened to Put Your Hearts Up, and I can see it in my head right now, her in that pink dress. And that literally, I don't know if maybe I just was like in that type of like song vibe, because she doesn't do music that's like that anymore, of course. But I loved it. And I was like, okay, I vibe. This is fun. That was like my whole mood. And from then on, I'm telling you, Ari has been my fave. From that point, so I was like, I like this girl. I'm going to stick with her. And each album after that, I was like, I love her. I covered one of her songs for my first YouTube video. Like, that's my girl. I was like, I will forever ride by Ari. That's my girl. So yeah, it was definitely like Put Your Hearts Up. That was it for me.
See, mine was the opposite. I heard that song and I watched the video and I was like, this sucks. I was like, this is awful. Her fake tan just took away from everything. And so I remember my friend showing me the video and I was like, you like this? I was like, this is so bad. But then when Sweetener came out, you guys became obsessed with it. So then I was like, maybe I should give this a real listen. And then I did. And then she came out with Thank You Next. And I fell in love with that album. It's my favorite album. And then I just went back and listened to everything else. And I should have given it a chance when I was younger because it really is good.
For me, like, my introduction to her was not really victorious. Like, I remember watching a few episodes, but I was kind of past Disney Channel at that point. And
Nickelodeon.
Oh, what? Okay, same thing. But you're right. You're correct. Thanks for the correction, because that would have been embarrassing. Yeah, so my introduction was The Way with Mac Miller. Rest in peace. Miss that man.
Rest in peace.
I remember seeing the video and being like, shit, she can sing. Like, but she is very, like, femme at that time too. Like, she's got like the dress on and I can like vividly see the cover in my head because I did download it, and eventually the high pitched of her, like the whole song, like kind of got on my nerves, so I had to stop listening to it. And my mom still hates when I play her to this day because of like just the tone of her voice, even though she is so talented and like she's basically perfect when she sings. And then I was like, oh, like, so this song is good. But then I saw her perform in an award show and I was like, I hate her. Because I was young and dumb, because she's not a good dancer. And I was, at that time, I was all about the big performers, like who can put on a show. Like, you're an artist, you deserve to be, because you have the voice and you can perform. So then I basically just heard her songs on the radio, like Gaby said. And I was like, oh, like, I don't really like a lot of these singles. But when she really piqued my interest was Into You. When I heard that, I was like, shoot. And I feel like a lot of people still really like that song because it's just such a bop. It's so good. And then when I really like fell deep into the Ariana hole was like No Tears Left to Cry. Like, that song was like, she made me think that, yeah, I'm done crying too. and then the whole summer after that song came out, like, I was going back into her whole catalog and finding these songs that I like really, really loved. And now I definitely just like love her. Like, she's one of my, definitely in my top 10 artists of just people that I listen to like over and over and over again. And I go to Ari in like so many different times of like my life, like whether I'm sad or I'm like super happy. And I just, driving to her music is also like so great. Really recommend to anybody who hasn't done it yet. But yeah, I definitely think a lot of the stuff that she did, she was definitely in tune with what was going on in the music industry, like, and on radio, because like Break Free, like songs like that, they're very like electronic, like kind of dancey. But now I feel like she's more like R&B, and I really like R&B pop, and it really speaks to me. Like, I love it so much. But going back, I listened to some of her stuff and I was like, shit, she's really good. And I'm so sad I missed out on it in the time. And I don't know how I feel about her as a person, but as an artist, love her to death.
Yeah.
Like, where are you guys at with her now?
Well, here's the thing. I just remembered. Little Mix, of course. They were opening for the Dangerous Woman tour. And so I remember looking at my mom and being like, can I go to the concert to go see Little Mix? And then she was like, I'm not going to pay for a ticket for you just to go see the opening artist. And I was like, I like Ariana Grande too. And my mom was like, absolutely not. So I didn't get to go see Little Mix, which was really disappointing. But then the thing in Manchester happened. And then that's when I was like, I mean, obviously it was a sad moment. So then I was like, maybe I should listen to it more. And I think I became more intrigued. But then when Sweetener came out and you guys became more interested, that's when I really went with it. But now I'm just kind of there. You know, I'm a fan. I follow her. I know what she's up to. I see her Instagram stories, love her dogs. I just don't like the way she speaks.
I mean, even the pictures she takes, she's always making a face. Literally always. So funny. And honestly, it's something I want to say about the Manchester thing was she handled that with like such grace. Like I wasn't even a big fan of her at that point yet. But like, I mean, and that just her resilience, I think, with like keeping her craft up and then like again being so gracious to her fans still. Like it's crazy how much she's been through and like just how positive of a person she still seems to be to all of us.
Yeah. Not to like change it, but can we talk about her dancing? I know you mentioned it before and it just got me thinking. I always remembered being like, Ari, if you don't get some dance lessons, this is why I know like I've been a fan of her for so long. It's like when you can picture stuff in your head of just like random videos of like the artist, like, you know, you've watched it enough. Like, it's just her little movements, like the little, like she'll do like her arms and like the legs and stuff. And I was like, girl, you're close. You're just not hitting like the right part for me. But now she is so much better. And it's crazy to see like that growth in her. Like, obviously it's been growth like music wise, but like just her dancing, like her performance style, she seems like she's more confident in what she's doing. And obviously her music shows more confidence too. And I love that. I love it so much. It just makes me feel so good. I'm like, girl, you love dancing now. Like, you can tell that you're good at this. I love that. But thinking of her old dances, I'm like,
Yeah, I definitely agree.
I love that she does it all in those ginormous heels.
It's insane.
It's so crazy. I couldn't even walk the block with shoes like that. So props to her, honestly. I would just stay being short. Embrace it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and she's like definitely put in the work to become better for sure. Like Chaliece said, like I've noticed the change. And I think like my hatred of her as a child when I was young and dumb, was because like with an artist like Adele versus Ariana, they both have amazing voices, but Ariana's music demands like that performance aspect because it is so poppy, whereas Adele can stand there and sing and it works. And Ariana can do that with some of her songs, but most of them, I feel like I need a number, I need to move. But yeah, she's definitely gotten better. Like the 34-35 video, superb.
So good.
I just like think of Ari and I'm like, oh my God, I just love this and I love that. Like, I feel like this whole episode is like just us being like, I love this. But like, if you have an artist like Ariana, like, you know that there's a reason for that. And there's a reason so many people love her and love her music. There's also a reason why I guess like people could not like her, because I do know some people that don't for some reasons, but I don't care. I'll always be a fan, I feel like.
My sister doesn't like the fact that she doesn't enunciate her words. So my sister will be like listening to in like the car and I'll put like a song and she'll be like, do you know what she's saying? Because I have no idea what she's saying. And I'll be like, okay, well, I'll be honest. Sometimes I do have to look up the lyrics. I don't know what she's saying sometimes. But I think once you get over that, it's just a ride up.
Yeah, right? It's like listening to the song over and over. Eventually, you know it, right? And for me, it's like I know every single run now. I know every single note, and I'll like sing it with her. I don't sound good, but it's fun. Like she puts so many layers in her songs, and you can just like And then obviously her voice is so powerful, so it's just so fun to listen to all of her stuff.
It is.
So overall, like, do you guys feel like Ariana has had any impact on you or your tastes? And then what are your favorite songs of hers or your favorite Ariana moments?
So I have had, and this is how you know, like I go back with my girl Ariana, I've had every CD. I think I just don't have the last two. I do. I have them all. And back then, like you mentioned, like it's great to drive to Ari. I used to drive around or even like, well, back in the first one, obviously I couldn't drive, but I'd always have like the CDs in like my mom's car, like family's car. And I would have her always put the CD in because there was no, things with the phones or whatever. It's just CDs. I'd be listening to the CD, especially like yours truly. And I felt everything. Like that album for me, I don't know, I go so back and forth.
That is the one I can barely listen to, too.
That's what everyone says to me.
It's just so like
really coming for my whole soul right
It's
now.
a banger though. I do like
so
some of the songs on
good.
that album.
Now I gotta
Like-
look again.
Come on, Jenna, listen. Honeymoon
I do.
Avenue, when it comes in, the da-da-da-da-da-da-da, oh my gosh, I can't. Like, I go crazy. That's all I need to hear. That album, I know, front to back, every note, every sound, everything. Like, that album just is so meaningful for me. And I guess it's just because, like, I was so much younger then. And it was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like, I don't know. But it was just everything of like listening to that. I always just like felt so good. And like, it was like really when I was into like my singing and stuff. And like, I was like belting it out with her. It just feels so good. So like, I have every other CD too. So I like always, when I started driving, put that CD in and I was ready. And to this day, like when I go back home, I put the CD in. And I'm like,
That's so cute though.
but like I have to use the CD in my old car. And like, I just know I can always rely on Ariana.
Chaliece is the only
like
one
everything.
buying CDs besides Japan. She's the little
have
bar that you see
CDs.
on the graph, but you don't listen to them.
No, I do. I listen to the Harry Styles album like almost every day when I'm home. It's in my car. I have like
There's
a
this
whole
thing
like
called
fat
an-
stack of CDs.
An aux cord or a USB, and you can like listen to anything
No,
from
I
your
haven't.
phone. It's so great.
But I like the CD sometimes. And now my dad, he listens to Harry Styles because it's always in my car. So he's
Fair.
like, really like that album. So,
My car's
I
in
mean-
2002. Every album, I'm telling you. But My Everything, the song My Everything, listen, I could probably rant about that song and how much I love it. Jenna, you're
No,
shaking your head.
I in agreement though.
The
It's one
listeners
of those.
can't see it.
No. Listen, this is the album that I actually go back to because "Dangerous Woman" is when I actually my interest was really peaked with her. Like I was like, oh,
Mhm.
like some of these songs are good, but like I heard like "Be My Baby" and a Vine, and I was like, whoa, like this is good. And then like when I hear
Like
"Best
seconds.
Mistake" now, oh my god.
Jenna! Best Mistake! Oh my God, listeners, turn your volume down. I'm yelling. But Best Mistake, oh my gosh. And you know what's crazy? When I needed that song, it came back to me. And I always was like, why am I listening to this like so often? It must mean something. And it did. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. Like her music, don't even get me started on Moonlight. If you talk to my roommates from my freshman year, they will yell. They will yell if you even mention the word Moonlight, because there was this one night that I had it on repeat and I fell asleep and it was still playing when I woke up in the morning and they heard it through the wall. And then the person that's like in my room, she heard it the whole night. She didn't even turn it off. I'm like, good. They heard it all that night and then I kept playing it the next day too. I don't know why, but it was just like that song. I can listen to Ari every day of my life.
Literally
And I
skipping
do.
around to so many
Okay.
albums. I'm trying to keep up. I'm still on My Everything.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just saying, like, just the connection that she has for me, the feeling, everything. Like, she is my everything.
That's a sweet song for sure. And then the fact that Harry wrote "Just a Little Bit of Your Heart," like I don't think it's that good of a
Love
song, but it's
that.
cute. It's cute.
It is cute.
Ugh.
That song's
I like that.
great.
Well, from the first album, I'm looking at it right now. I forgot popular song for some reason. That was like my jam, like in middle school.
So
and I don't know
good.
why.
It's
But,
fun.
like, it was so good. And I really liked the music video. I thought it was like so cute.
It like
liked
connected
it.
her whole Broadway vibe. I was like, okay, because back then, you know, theater head. I was like, ooh, so
liked that.
good.
So when Thank You Next came out, I think I listened to that album every day for like the whole year. And so it was literally my Spotify rap that year was like, Ariana Grande is your number one artist. Your favorite song is like your top 5 songs. And they were like 5 songs from the album. Like it was just everything was Ariana Grande that year. And so it was a vibe because I was really emotional that summer. So I was like singing that, crying, but then like 7 Rings would come on and I'd be like, no, I'm a bad bitch. But then I'd start crying with the next song. So it was just such a range of emotions for me.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, next.
I thought it was so good. I love that album.
No, it is good. I remember Jenna.
So good.
What?
That album with
Wait, what? I can't even remember.
I just remember with Thank You Next, I remember that I would continuously post the little clip that Ari put for Needy. And I remember you always commenting like, oh, Chaliece, I know you just can't wait for Needy. And I'm like, I'm ready. Like when that song comes out, that's all I'm
She says, this song is about me. It's about me. And I was like, oh, right. Because we would always, Chaliece, you and I would be like, whose song is whose? And you're like, Needy's mine. I remember that. And I think I was totally wrong. Whatever one I said was mine was not mine. Because we would try to guess. I just want to go back to Dangerous Woman.
All right.
Because, again, I just want to echo Chalice's Moonlight love because that song is fucking beautiful. And the fact, it's about Ricky, right? Like,
yes,
the dancer
I
boyfriend?
believe so. Mm-hmm.
And I try to forget about that. But, like, it's just so beautiful. I could listen to that song anywhere. The song that I really love that is actually so hype for me is Every Day, because it is, you know what? Ariana's always singing songs of how I would love to feel in real life. So I just imagine that I imagine that that's how I feel. Like Gaby says, like, I'm a bad bitch. And like, it's like, yes, like I listen to Ariana when I want to feel like really confident, but also she lifts me up when I feel like shit too. Sometimes the song on Dangerous Woman, for anybody getting lost in all of the albums we're talking about, it would have been the perfect single. Like, I love it so much now. Like, the production is actually so good. There are songs that I've hated from her. Like, I've listened to her albums over and over again, trying to find the songs I like. And then suddenly it's great. Makes no sense. It makes no sense. She's insane. I don't know.
Yeah.
She has some magic power over me, I guess.
She's
telling you.
Crazy talented.
It's
Like,
like
there's just no denying it.
the new like TikTok thing is like, what did she put in this song? Like, I know they're saying it about like SZA and stuff, but I think someone said it about Ari and it's like a joke. But honestly, there might be something in this music. It's messing with our heads. It's making us love it. I'm telling you, if I listen to it enough, I'll like it. Like, honestly, I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't like 7 Rings in the beginning. And
really?
yeah, I listened to it once and I was like, I don't know. And then all I had to do was listen to it again. And I was like, okay.
I made everyone
Another time I was
listen
like,
to
all
it.
right. Yeah, it was Thank You Next from the like first note. I was on it though. Like, I don't know. They're like obviously like very 2 different songs, but as soon as I heard like Thank You Next, I was like, I love it. But 7 Rings, I was like, I need to listen to it again. But love them all. Love them all.
It's crazy because now that I'm looking at Thank You Next, like, I definitely listen to it a lot. Like, and I like every song, like, when it first came out. But now it's like one of those ones where it's actually kind of like has wear and tear for me. Like, I don't love it as much as I love like some of the stuff from My Everything, Dangerous Woman, Sweetener, and then Positions right now, like I probably wouldn't skip any of the songs, and I hate it Off the Table. The Weeknd, sometimes he ruins it for me. But now I'm like, okay, like what did she do? What did she put in these songs?
It's drugs.
This is what she put in the White House in the Positions video. That's just cocaine. That's just cocaine. That's not flour. Because this song is like literally I'm addicted.
Her songs are laced because I'm telling you, when we spoke about it and we were like, we didn't really like the whole album. I'm telling you, I was like, okay, you know? But now if you put Just Like Magic on,
just thinking about that.
Banger.
Oh my gosh, that's all I need to hear and my day is made. I'm like, no one can talk to me. I'm the baddest. Like, don't talk.
He says,
like
put
magic.
my finger to my thumb, and then I snap it.
Come on. Like, that's all you need to hear. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the songs are laced. You have to talk to management, talk to the producers, whoever. I just need to talk to her because she do be writing her own music and stuff. And producing her stuff herself sometimes. I need to talk to her, ask her what she's doing, because I feel like I'm being taken advantage of.
Let's go back to Sweetener. We haven't really talked about that album, besides like No Tears Left to Cry. And like one of my favorite Ari moments, the pre-Sweetener release, the hair, the gray hair was so beautiful. And then the video was beautiful. The little baby doll dresses with the long boots, like it was iconic. And then the little things in her hair. I loved that whole phase. And then she made her hair go brown again, and I was sad. But like there's some songs in there. Pete Davidson, she really said, "Let me name it after him."
Listen, I don't care what anyone says. Pete Davidson, it was on my list of what does Spotify have? It's like the repeat album that they make for you. It's on my list right now. I listen to Pete Davidson so much. Like that one's so good. So it doesn't even matter. It's fine. I'll just call like, I don't know, something else.
I mean, and it's so sad that it's short. Like despite the name, I wish it was long as hell because there's, again, cocaine is there.
Literal drugs.
We don't promote drug use.
No, Sweetener. When I think of Sweetener, and I probably will for the rest of my life, Jenna, our notes.
What do we do?
It's our notes.
Like we were sharing them back and forth with each other?
Yes.
The night of the release?
Yeah. And for anyone who's listening, I think you said it, Jenna, you're in Minnesota. So you were there then, and I was in New York. So obviously different times. So I'm pretty sure I finished it. And then I was like, hurry up. Like, tell me like what you think. Because you're like, I have to wait. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, I didn't finish it. I'm like, damn, okay. I have the whole notes of like me writing out for every song and like what I liked about it and like the different like little notes inside the songs and the little lyrics and everything. And I remember I sent it out and I was like, okay, I'm going to wait until she finishes it now. But oh my God. That was it was so much fun to do that because I feel like I've always like listened to music by myself. So to like have someone else that's like just as crazy about it and just as crazy about music in general to like listen to it and get like that type of insight. It was a lot of fun. So I think I'll always remember that. But Sweetener, let me see. What can I bring out of Sweetener? Which song? Better Off, Made for Me. I think like the last 4.
Yeah.
Oh, Get Well Soon
Last 4.
is really good.
Good Night and Go. That one's mine. That one reminds me of Jenna, though, because there was one night that she was listening to a remix of Good Night and Go, and it was so loud on her headphones.
No. Yeah, it wasn't. It was a remix, and it was with Doja Cat Say So, and it's really good.
And so I remember being in bed and just listening, and I was like, is she listening to the same song, like, over and over again? And then like 10 minutes would pass and I'd just hear say goodnight and go. And like I was just like, she is listening to the same thing over and over again. So whenever I listen to that song, I think of Jenna.
I'm glad that's one of my
TikTok?
favorites. Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Like I found it on YouTube and was just replaying the video. I even recorded it, like I screen recorded it so I could have it in my like images so I could go back to it.
And then I remember it was Jenna's birthday, like sophomore year, I think. And we like, it was the three of us and we were hanging out in Chalice's room, I think. And you were like, just put on the like sweetener. And the three of us just sat there and you guys were like going off about the album. And I was like, yeah, the album's good, but like, okay. And it was just like the birthday party was just like sitting on Chalice's bed listening to Sweetener. And that was it.
This
The
was
way I
for
can barely
Jenna's
remember
birthday?
that.
It
Oh,
was
that's what I'm
Jenna's birthday, I think.
I
We
don't
were
remember
fully
either.
sober just sitting there, I think.
Yeah, fully sober.
In your room in
in
Summit.
Summit.
Oh my gosh.
Because I think I was
Wow.
sick, as I always am. That was like my head hurts. Like I kind of want to go home.
Gaby's like in pain. And we're like, say goodnight and go.
And then you guys would be like, the harmony. And I'd be like, oh my God.
I just know we were doing that. Like, I don't doubt it at all.
But
That's
then I started
hilarious.
listening to it, so it's fine.
Yeah, she was a late bloomer.
Forgive you. Yeah, I was.
It took
fine.
Thank You Next. Well, I mean, a lot of people don't even like Sweetener, or they didn't at first because of Pharrell's production, I think.
Mhm.
Like a lot of people were turned off by some of the songs, but for me, I was like, oh, this is good. I don't know if Pharrell did Successful, but that's one that will stick with me forever. Like
I
I'm
love
gonna
that
listen to that
song.
on my really good days when I smash
Successful.
that interview, when I get that
I'm
job,
so successful.
when my savings reaches my goal, you know.
I literally wanted to use that song like, I'm like, hopefully when I get out of school, I'm going to have this good job. And then I'm going to post it on social media and it's going to be that song. And I'm going to be like, I'm working at Atlantic Records now. I'm so successful.
No, you
That
know
was
what?
my plan.
It's gonna feel good though when you actually get to that moment. You get that job that you really want and you get to listen to it. Like I'm waiting
Yeah.
for that. And for me, like Ari is basically defines my early 20s, like my whole college experience.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna take her with me forever, for sure.
Aw,
So cute.
Yeah.
getting sad.
No, why?
Kidding.
Why? Because college is ending.
No, I want that to be over.
Yeah, I don't want to
Like-
see you again either.
We actually hate
You
each
would've
other.
thought-
I don't know why we're doing this as our senior project. All right, so here is our recurring segment, the song you need to listen to right now. And it's an Ariana Grande themed one. And I tasked Chaliece with picking her favorite Ariana Grande song. We've talked before this, and she has a long list. So I hope she picks her favorite so you guys can listen to it.
So it was really hard. And I wouldn't say this is my favorite, but to stick with the segment, what you need to listen to right now. And I feel like you need to listen to this right now because not too many people talk about the Sweetener like live album. So of course it's Tattooed Heart from that album. And Jenna, you were talking shit about it earlier.
No, the live version is actually even better. Like I added that.
The live version, I don't know what it is, but it makes me cry every time. Like I sang that song for my talent show in high school, and I'm jacking that it is the reason that I placed in that talent shows because of Ari. She gave me all her vibes, but it's so nice to hear like her sing it in her voice now. Oh my God, it's amazing. So That's it. Tattooed Heart, Sweetener Live album. That's what you need to do. That one.
Okay, so for our listeners on YouTube, you're not going to hear the song because of copyright, but this episode's going to be a Spotify exclusive, so you can hear that song, hopefully, right after this, and then we'll discuss it after and dissect it.
I
mean,
love her.
Her vocal is definitely front and center. Like, just listening to the backing track, I'm like, doo-wop, 50s, I can't. But her voice is just...
Her voice is amazing.
I mean, it's perfect.
I literally just want to listen to it again. I'm having so much trouble not, like, podcasting. No, but the end.
And like Chaliece said, just like how her voice has just kind of matured and got even stronger. It's crazy because even in her like artist debut, was it The Way? Because that's what I remember it as. Or no?
That's what I remember it as too.
Like
Not
the
Put Your
music
Hearts
video,
Up.
and I was like, oh my God, she's an artist. And like she can actually sing because she should have been the star of Victorious. What the hell?
Listen, I don't even want to talk about that.
That's a whole other conversation.
I think that's so funny though. That was my first time listening to that version and I loved it. Because usually I listen to the original. Obviously it's like on like my shower playlist. So like I'm usually singing that, but that's crazy. She's so good.
I'm telling you.
She's so good. Julie, have you seen her live?
No.
Aw, I'm so sad for you. I want to get you tickets. If one day I have the money,
can we just go together?
I'll get you tickets.
I think we need to go together.
Come
actually.
on.
So fun.
I don't know if you guys want to see concert Chaliece, like arena concert. Chaliece is a different person.
Arena?
No. I'm just the same.
Actually, for her, can we all just go full out? Like, I will sing the full song, all the runs. I don't care. If
How
I go
else
see
would you
her,
do it?
I mean, Harry Styles, like, I don't really do that. I used to. I just want to be there for the next one. You know? I think we all need to be there. We deserve it.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so where do we want to see Ariana go next? Like, what do we see her doing? Is she in the right direction, or is she gonna like totally switch on us? I mean, she's getting engaged, so that's like a personal thing that could change her music for sure. I don't know.
I mean, the last engagement made the music even better. So
and the breakup
that gave Gaby her favorite album.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I wish nothing bad upon her, but like
Gaby says,
I mean, this relationship brought us 34, 35. So, you know, if that's her person, you know, this music, it's just going to go up. But I do want to see her on the moon or working for NASA.
sorry.
I have very realistic expectations of where I'd like to see Ariana. I think she couldn't wear the heels in the spaceship, so she would never go.
Who said that?
Me.
NASA will literally do anything for Ariana.
Who told you that?
They will. They
One
love
Direction
Ariana.
had a music video there too.
Yeah,
But
but
Drag Me Down.
Ariana has said that she loves space,
Ariana's gonna hook up with
all that
Elon,
stuff.
and she'll go like not in terms of like, you know what I mean, like
Oh, I'm thinking,
the
hey,
SpaceX
there's
ships.
kids.
Yeah.
You're messing up families.
No, I feel like I love when Ariana's in love like, I feel like Positions was about, like, she is in love, right? But it was about her, like, basically saying, like, can I fall in love again with this person after, like, all I've been through? And I would love, because Moonlight to me is, like, pure just, like, love. And I would love an album of that because they're great. And maybe there'll be some juicy stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, this is kind of off topic, but kind of going to Chalice's, and you can cut this out. But did you guys ever see Xenon?
Yeah.
It was a Disney Channel movie.
No.
All of
Maybe
them.
Ariana Grande could be like the first person to have a concert on the moon, like the guy in Xenon.
Oh, I thought you were going to say maybe she can remake it, the movie. And because they wore like those pink outfits. Like
They
she
did
always had that.
actually.
Can you imagine her doing that?
Actually, now that you mention
We
it,
should
yes, I
pitch it,
can. We
right?
should. That
She would
actually
totally do
sounds
that.
really good.
Keep this in.
What if the mission goes wrong?
This is a movie. This is fake.
Oh
But
my God.
What
No.
Gabby originally said, if it goes wrong, she's obviously signing waivers. That's her choice.
This
Wait,
is
so are they
true.
singing in the spacesuit? Like with the mic
No,
on the
because
inside?
in Xenon, there's like a colony on the moon.
And
so
it's,
they
like,
live
inside?
on the moon. Yeah. You should watch it.
I want to see the stars in the background though. Like, it's got to be good.
Jenna's
setup.
not going to watch it because of the stars. She doesn't like the
Yeah.
aesthetic.
I'm picturing Ariana like in a little space suit, like with a mic on the inside.
Can you
and then, like,
imagine her?
speakers.
No, she would look so dope. Like,
I need space. And she like hops with the gravity. I'm gonna need space. I'm gonna need space.
That'd be crazy.
not you hopping. Like,
I tried to slow it down so it looks like I'm like floating for a second.
on like a serious note, though, in every like Ariana like album, I'm always looking for like the sad songs. And
Yeah, you do
for
that
what-
with every single album.
I do, but with Ariana, she always gives me one. So like I expect it. And I think if she did a whole like album, ballads, just sad, just like stuff that if I want to cry for the rest of my life, I can cry the rest of my life to that album. That's what I need.
I don't think her label would let her do that. Personally.
Labels.
I know. They
But
ruin
that's
everything.
a different story. Come back for next. No, I'm kidding. You know what? This is what I want to see from her in the future.
Okay.
Her on our
On the move.
podcast. No. She has to be on the podcast. We're going to do an interview. Like, what do you put in your music? What kind of drug is it?
I don't think I could hold back my laughter though if she was just like, her answer as yes would be like, yeah. Yeah. All right. Thanks so much again for listening to this episode. Stay tuned for a special bonus episode about the Grammys. The largest music awards show is coming up on March 14th, 2021. It's a Sunday. We are going to have a full discussion about the Grammys and what they mean to the industry. And I planned this episode specifically so I could talk about how upset I was when Beyonce didn't win Album of the Year for Lemonade. Yep, I'm still pissed. The episode is coming out this Friday. And our next full episode, we'll be diving into house shows. Have no idea what that is. Neither did we when we came to Philly for college. But we will clue you in and talk about this subculture at Drexel because there's a lot to unpack. If only we had enough time for an episode on Drexel DJs. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at MMMLC Podcast to stay up to date on our releases and see funny sneak peeks to upcoming episodes. Missy Elliott, call us. We want the mechanical license. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.